On the bullet train, I noticed the hunk sitting next to me was watching a sex tape. I politely reminded him to lower the volume, but he didn't even look up. This is my damn surveillance footage. My bad, Mr. Cuckold. Though his murderous glare could kill, I still pitied him deeply until I caught a glimpse of that familiar succubus tattoo in the video. Holy shit, isn't that my boyfriend, River Cross? Fuck. I snatched his phone, wishing I could crawl into the screen. My fingers trembled uncontrollably. How could this be? This can't be happening, right? But the lean, shirtless man with 8-pack abs in the footage was unmistakably River. We'd grown up together, been together for years. I couldn't possibly mistake him, and we're getting married next month. Tears welled up instantly. My heart felt like it had been axed open, cold wind howling through the gaping hole. He'd been cheating on me? Getting this excited? Must be your first time seeing something so spicy. The hunk beside me scoffed, chin propped on his hand. He studied me with amused interest. He was right. This was indeed my first time seeing River Cross from this angle. At this very moment, he knelt before a pair of fishnet-clad legs, a gleaming white chain fastened around his neck. The overwhelmingly shocking scene seared into my mind, the girl's excessively excited voice ringing in my ears until, finally reaching my limit, I retched violently, with perfect aim. It landed squarely on the handsome guy's crotch. Wow, intense. He gasped, clamping a hand over his mouth as he sprang up reflexively and bolted for the restroom. Minutes later, he emerged with soaked trousers. In his eyes, I recognized that familiar murderous glint once more, but I denied him the chance to retaliate. The train had reached my stop. I needed to confront River Cross immediately, to slap his face until it bruised, to sever his murder weapon. Where's your place? Take me there now. What? Didn't get enough earlier? Need a live show? Don't tell me you're not curious. He eyed me skeptically. Of course I am, but why is that your business? If you're into this, I can share some links. No need to. Fine, my fault for being weak-willed. Despite my desperate efforts to hold back, tears surged uncontrollably, defying every attempt to wipe them away. Noticing my distress and puffy eyes, he finally understood. Holy shit, no fucking way. That guy couldn't possibly be your... Yeah, he's my fiancé. The kind who's supposed to marry me next month. He sucked in a sharp breath, gave me a pitying look and said, my condolences. Save it. Birds of a cuckolded feather flocked together. All right. I grabbed my bag and stood up. Well, you coming? Let's catch them cheating. Hell yes we are. Let's nail the bastard. On the way to his place, I learned the handsome guy was named Wilderpain. The woman in the surveillance footage was his fiancé. He was supposed to be on a business trip in another city right now, but he'd rushed back early to celebrate her birthday. Wanted to surprise her. Turns out she surprised him harder. What about you? Why are you here? After briefly explaining his situation, he asked me offhandedly. My emotions were too tangled, too heavy. I couldn't muster small talk, so I blurted out. A fortune teller said I'd see green lights above my head today. Just checking if it's true. Of course that wasn't it. I'd come to discuss next month's wedding with River Cross. The details were too complicated for calls or texts. With his hectic schedule, weeks-long business trips with no downtime, I had to meet in person. Never expected. Jesus Christ, they're still at it? Wilderpain stared at the surveillance footage on his phone and sighed with genuine admiration. Gotta admit, your boyfriend's stamina is impressive. But does he always have such exotic tastes? I forced a smile uglier than tears, utterly at a loss for words, because the River Cross I knew was an entirely different person, so much so that I couldn't believe the man in that footage was him. It was as if I'd never truly known him at all. Look, candles and whips. And damn, check out your man's perky ass. Christ, I just want to slap it. He shoved the phone toward me. I turned away immediately. Enough. Aren't you embarrassed? Embarrassed? This is thrilling. You think just anyone gets to witness this? He threw his head back dramatically. What a glorious life experience. I stopped engaging. Frankly, he seemed completely unhinged. The scenery blurred past the car window as I finally noticed my pounding heartbeat, my palms slick with sweat. Was I really ready to catch them cheating? What would I even say to River Cross when I saw him? Forget it. Better to say nothing at all. Just hit first. At this point, not beating him beyond recognition would be immoral. Like holding in shit when your asshole's already twitching. I steeled myself silently as the car soon entered a gated community of villas. Wait, isn't this the Heights? Neon Bay's most exclusive enclave? Wilder Payne is loaded. Then why would his girlfriend? Stop it. Moon Moo, have you lost your mind? This is hardly the time. Focus on saving your own skin first. Don't stress. Catching them cheating gets easier after the first time, Wilder said with deadpan reassurance. I'll go in first when the door opens. Wouldn't want you vomiting from shock again. All right, I'll follow your lead. Nervously twisting my sleeves, I blurted out as he stood there unshaken. How come you seem so experienced at this? Some stories are best left untold. Kid, no time for questions anyway. We'd arrived at his place. After exiting the car, he lingered at the doorstep and dialed home instead. Hey, babe, I'm back. Come down and let me in. Panic spiked through the receiver. Wilder, you're back early? Weren't you busy till next week? Plans changed. Not happy to see me? Don't be ridiculous. Just give me a second. What are you doing? You sound strange. Me? I'm jogging. Fine, hurry up. I stared speechlessly at River Cross. Could you stop being so childish? Just open the damn door. What's the rush? Eyebrow cocked in excitement. He grinned. Look how terrified these two are. Priceless. The surveillance footage showed the naked pair frantically scrambling into their clothes. I watched as River Cross, still bare-skinned, dove under the bed. His absurd antics struck me as hilarious. Deliberately, I dialed his number and asked, "Where are you? Why weren't you answering earlier?" He whispered tersely, "With a client. Didn't I tell you last night? It's a crucial meeting. Don't call unless it's urgent. I'll reach out when I'm done." That's it, hanging up. Fine, let's see how this meeting ends. Assuming you make it out in one piece. Ready? I drew a sharp breath, steel in my voice. Now, open it. Beep. Fingerprint recognized. A woman clad in lace-trimmed lingerie materialized before us. Cheeks still flushed, hair disheveled. My gaze swept the room, snagging on a black stocking peeking from the wardrobe. Recently worn, no doubt. The air hung thick with the cloying stench of sex. Suffocating. The intense scenes from the surveillance footage churn my stomach like stormy seas. Ugh, I'm going to be sick again. The woman hastily wiped smeared lipstick upon seeing us, forcing coquettish composure. Oh, you could have let yourselves in, making me come down to open the door. Wilder, darling, you're really too much. Noticing me, she inquired, "And who might this young lady be?" Her? She's here to help me catch you cheating. WH what? I said, she's my witness. Luna Lin. At this point, why bother keeping up the act? The woman named Luna Lin became visibly flustered, yet her words remained defiant. What act? Wilder Payne. What the hell are you implying? Don't tell me you suspect I'd cheat on you in our own home. Aren't you? Where's your proof? Wilder let out a mirthless laugh. He brandished his phone displaying surveillance footage. I installed cameras weeks ago. Did you really think I'd stay your fool? Luna, what happened to all those promises you made last time? Mid-sentence, he suddenly bent down and flipped the mattress with a thunderous crash. There lay River Cross, naked, collared, and utterly exposed before us. Darling, please, let me explain. Luna Lin stepped forward, grabbing Wilder Payne's hand as she forced out an excuse. The bed at home was broken. He was just the repairman. I don't even know him. I love you so much. How could I possibly? Smack. I yanked her closer and slapped her across the face. I'm so fucking done with this. I just told you there's surveillance footage. Surveillance footage. And you're still putting on this goddamn act. Do you think we're all idiots? The slap left her stunned. Wilder Payne and River Cross beside her were equally dumbfounded. I'd lost it. I'd truly lost it. Nothing else mattered anymore. What the hell are we still dawdling for? After all this, you're still hesitating, yapping away Like, you don't need a breast exam? It's gonna be clogged to hell at this rate. All the years River Cross and I had shared. Our wedding next month. The fact that he betrayed me. And now, hiding under some woman's bed. My blood roared in my ears, surging straight to my skull. The moment my eyes locked with River Cross's, that fury peaked. Gripping the golf club I'd instinctively picked up, I swung at his face. Weren't you meeting a client? So this woman's your client. Huh? All these years together. And I never knew you had a side gig as a gigolo. You make me sick. River Cross, a man like you deserves to be beaten to death with clubs. You're not fit to live. I struck him as I cursed as I struck, completely lost to reason. Luna Lynn stood frozen in shock, trying to pull me away, until I backhanded her across the face, sending her cosmetics clattering to the floor from the vanity. Then I gripped a shard of her broken mirror and slashed it toward her face. Within moments, she collapsed to the ground, her features masked in blood, too terrified to move. Moon, calm down. Just listen to me, please. River Cross seized my wrist, forcing me to meet his eyes. It's not what you think between her and me. Then what is it? I saw you, River, with my own eyes. You played me for a fool and still dare tell me to calm down? Screw you and your whole damn family. I snatched the shattered half of a perfume bottle from the floor and drove it straight between his legs. The moment glass shards buried into flesh, his agonized howl echoed through the room. He crumpled to the ground, utterly immobilized. Have you lost your mind, Moonmoo? Yes, I have, and you're the bastard who drove me to it. Do you even realize what you've done? Of course I do. I want you dead, you piece of trash. Wasn't that obvious? Watching River Cross tremble in pain, his face deathly pale, I screamed hysterically. I've been with you for 8 years, River Cross. 8 years. How have I treated you all this time? Don't you know? We were about to get married. I gave up everything to be with you, and this is how you repay me? Memories of the past overwhelmed me, and I broke down sobbing right in front of him. Just then, Wilder Payne, who had been watching from the sidelines, nudged my arm and whispered urgently, "Don't cry, Miss Cuckold. Bro's running a live stream right now. You'll kill our momentum if you start bawling." What? Live stream? My vision swam when I saw the viewer count on his phone, already skyrocketing past 1 million. I nearly blacked out on the spot. Are you out of your damn mind, Wilder Payne? Snapping back to reality, I brandished the golf club like a madwoman. Why would you live stream this? Did I consent? This is a gross violation of my privacy. One swing, and I swear you'll be joining River Cross in the ER. Easy there, Miss C. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Who the hell are you calling Miss C? Then it hit me. Oh, I really am Miss Cuckold now. River Cross had cheated on me. A certified, bona fide Miss Cuckold. Though I haven't fully come to terms with it yet. The evidence is undeniable. River Cross lies disheveled before me at this very moment. And the woman he had the affair with stands right across from me. Whatever. So be it. Cuckolded is cuckolded. After all, no matter how heartbroken or miserable I feel, it won't kill me. As long as I'm alive, I'll find a way to move past this, to let go and start new. With that thought, an unexpected calm washes over me. River Cross, when you strip it all away, isn't he just a man? If he's tainted, discard him like trash. Why bother dissecting how, or why he got dirty, or what to do afterward? It's pointless. Disposable things aren't meant to be cleaned and reused. Forever tainted, forever filthy, forever revolting. Hello, 120. Someone's injured here. Please hurry. Sobbing. Luna Lynn's wailing shatters my thoughts. Only then do I snap back to reality. River Cross is still trembling in pain on the floor, his pants soaked crimson with blood. Barring miracles, this time he might actually meet his end. Why call 120? Worried his equipment won't be usable for you anymore? My fury erupted uncontrollably. With one slap, I sent Luna Lynn sprawling to the floor, gnashing my teeth as I lashed out. Had you just dialed 110 to report me, I might have spared you some dignity. But look at yourself now, utterly revolting. Wilder, She screamed hysterically at Wilder Payne. Who the hell is this woman? How do you even know her? How could you just stand there watching her humiliate me like this? Wilder's languid voice floated back. But she's not wrong, Luna Lin. You are rather repulsive. How could you do this to me? I've wanted to do this for years. How many affairs have you had? Don't pretend you've lost count. I kept quiet out of respect for your father, but this time, you brought it on yourself. We have a betrothal. Payne Corp still needs the Lin family. That was before. Things change. What do you mean? Patience. Miss Lin, you'll find out soon enough. Enough. Sort your mess yourselves. My head throbbed. I needed to leave. Outside Wilder's villa, I realized my hand had gone numb from the force of that slap. Losing control truly was terrifying. You never know what rage might make you do. But damn, it felt good. Wait, Cap. Wilder came running after me. I turned around just in time to see the paramedics loading the injured River Cross and Luna Lin into the ambulance. What are you doing? Aren't you going to the hospital? Wilder Payne looked baffled. Why should I go if you're not? You're the main culprit here. Fine, whatever. Hey Cap girl, how'd you get so tough back there? You train or something? Nah, just years of lifting weights. Gives you some extra oomph. You hit him so hard though. Weren't you worried you'd cripple him? Won't happen. I'm a doc. I know my limits. But that's probably out of commission now. Anything else? Yeah. Actually, he pulled out his phone and flashed a QR code. Add me on WeChat. Cap girl, like you said, fellow scorned souls under the same sky. This is fate. Can't pass up being friends, right? No need. We won't be seeing each other again. Never say never. He darted ahead and blocked my path. Arms crossed like he wouldn't budge unless I complied. Oh, fine. Let's add. Everyone I've met today's been insane anyway. Can't be bothered to argue. See you, Cap girl. Really glad we met. He shouted it at my retreating back. I waved without turning and kept walking. My phone blew up with calls the whole way home. I didn't need to look to know. This thing had already spread online, fermented, and reached every relative and friend I had. The internet these days is downright terrifying. In just half a day, Wilder Payne and I, two complete strangers, had been affectionately dubbed the Cuckold Crew by netizens, with some even shipping us as a couple. I don't care. I think Mr. Cuckold and Miss Cuckold are a perfect match. Same. What a bizarre, fresh pairing. First time I've ever seen anything like it. OMG, Miss Cuckold is so badass. Watching her take down that cheater was pure satisfaction. Total revenge fantasy material, right? Finally, a woman who doesn't just cry over a man's affair. Big picture thinking. She went straight for the murder weapon and solved the problem at the source. I hereby crown this the revenge fantasy of the year. Thank you, Miss Cuckold, for saving my breast exam results. Reading this flood of comments about me made my head throb. What the hell kind of mess was this? That bastard Wilder Payne. Why did he have to go live? Now, look where we are. No way to clean this up. Getting cheated on is bad enough. But having the whole world know, is that something to be proud of? I could already picture how people would look at me when I got back. And my parents, what about them? Just then, my phone rang again. Speak of the devil. I take a deep breath to steady myself, bracing for the inevitable verbal onslaught. Hey, Mom, so you finally picked up. Do you have any idea what kind of mess you've made? You're practically infamous now. Your father and I are mortified. What shame did I bring? Wasn't River Cross the one who wronged me first? How dare you say that? What exactly did you do to him? A girl attacking a grown man like that. If something really happens to him, what will become of you? I'm stunned. What does Mom even mean by that? After all this, is she still expecting me to marry him? Wait, Mom, are you saying? Never mind what I'm saying. Where are you right now? On the bullet train home. Turn back this instant. River Cross's parents are already rushing to the hospital. You go there too. And mind your manners when you apologize properly. Her voice breaks into sobs. After all these years together, right before your wedding, how are you supposed to move forward after this? Move forward my ass. We're breaking up. Break up? Don't be ridiculous. What decent man would want you after this? You've been living as husband and wife for 8 years. Have some self-respect. I shut my eyes in despair, feeling my lungs might combust. I really didn't want to argue. It was exhausting, so I simply hung up. They kept calling relentlessly. I kept hanging up. Finally, pushed beyond endurance, I had to temporarily block them all, including the calls from their aunts and uncles' phones, blacklisting every last one. Looking back, I suppose it was mostly my fault. I was the one who'd forced them to accept my relationship with River Cross in the first place. We'd grown up together, and I'd loved him for so many years. Early on, my parents always thought River wasn't good enough for me. Raised in a broken home, his father had an affair with the woman who'd become his stepmother, driving his birth mother to suicide by jumping off a building. It left him with deep psychological scars. So deep he feared relationships, feared marriage even more. To him, marriage meant misery, and loving someone came at a terrible price. Until he met me, he called me his salvation, said marrying me was like receiving the world's most precious gift, swore he'd never let me go, even claimed his succubus tattoo was proof. Moon Moo, you're my only master for life. I'll be loyal as a dog, love you, follow you forever. I laughed and called him an idiot, laughed until tears spilled over, my heart aching unbearably for him, yet overwhelmed by how deeply moved I was. We were truly, blissfully happy once. This happiness fooled many, including my parents, who not only approved of our relationship, but eventually treated us as an unwed married couple. So much so that even after witnessing his affair, they still assumed I'd forgive him, that I had no choice but to forgive him. But how could I? Not even in death. Stumbling home in a daze, I stared at the unread messages and missed calls on my phone, suffocated by the thought of facing any of them. I couldn't tell who genuinely cared and who just wanted front row seats to my misery. I powered off my phone. Enough. Yet the next morning, I woke to a message from Wilder Payne. Cap, Queen, breaking news. Your boyfriend's officially wrecked. LOL. I rubbed my temples and rolled my eyes. Asterisk your asterisk boyfriend. You've got a foul mouth. Oops. My bad. My bad. Also, thanks. For what? For scratching up Luna Lynn's face. Wanted to do it myself, but hitting women feels kinda trashy. Don't mention it. Literally took zero effort. Free this week? Let me buy you dinner as thanks. Pass. I set my phone aside without responding, quickly got ready, and headed to the hospital. To my surprise, my colleagues' gazes had all changed, filled with pity, gossip, even reverence. And was that disdain? Nurse Gigi Lee from our department scurried over the moment she saw me. Doc Moo, is all that stuff online true? What stuff? About you and Payne Corpsair. They're saying this was some elaborate scheme you two cooked up to sabotage the dynastic marriage between Payne Corp and Lynn Enterprises. What absolute nonsense. Have you been binge reading trashy novels again? Speak human. Here, see for yourself. I took her phone and nearly got flashbanged by the screen. Have media outlets lost their minds? They're claiming that live-streamed Catch Them Cheating spectacle was orchestrated by Payne Corpsair, Wilder Payne himself, and that I'm just some paid actress, all to destroy the power marriage, and possibly Lynn Enterprises along with it. That's deranged. I don't even know Wilder Payne. I couldn't care less about these baseless rumors. A straight foot's not afraid of a crooked shoe. Suddenly, Gigi Lee gasped. Oh my God, I remember now. Doc Moo. No wonder the heir of Payne Corp looked so familiar. He came to our hospital before. I even told you about him. When? A few months ago, I think. I couldn't possibly forget. He was so handsome, I secretly took his photo. She quickly scrolled through her phone gallery, then showed me the picture. It really is him. Seeing the date on the photo, my scalp prickled with dread. That day happened to be my birthday. The very day, River Cross had come to the hospital with a huge bouquet of roses to pick me up after work. Could Wilder Payne have witnessed that moment? If so, that meant Wilder had known all along that River was the man his fiancée Luna Lynn was having an affair with. And then what? He quietly investigated me, even stalked me, just to track the progression of my relationship with River. Also, he could expose their scandal at the perfect moment. That way, he could successfully break off the engagement with Lin Enterprises while tarnishing their reputation. Whether I lived or died meant nothing to him. After all, I was just a pawn in his game. I didn't dare think any further. Goosebumps crawled over my entire body. It was as if I'd been pulled into an invisible web, already doomed before I could even struggle. But why me? What had I done to deserve this? Just then, the department had approached, saying the online controversy had escalated to the point of severely damaging our hospital's reputation. He suggested I take a few days off. Perfect timing. I was about to request leave anyway. Might as well confront Wilder Pain for answers. But the moment I stepped past the hospital gates, my mother charged at me in a fury and slapped me across the face. Getting bold. Aren't you, Moon Moo? Blocking your own parents? Skipping home? Not even visiting your fiancé at the hospital? What the hell are you playing at? Mom, after everything, you still think I'd marry him? What else? Who begged us to approve this relationship? Listen, you're walking down that aisle next month, whether you like it or not. Not your call. I'd rather die than marry him. Fine, if you won't marry, I'll die right here. With that, she lunged toward oncoming traffic like a woman possessed. My blood ran cold. I grabbed her arm, yanking her back. All right, stop this. I'll do it. Happy now? You mean it? I do. Then go to the hospital this instant. Apologize properly, and the wedding stays on schedule next month. He might not even be discharged by then. What kind of talk is that? You're still scheming to escape this, aren't you? Fine, I'm coming with you. Insanity. This is insane. Acting like she's never seen a man before, still pushing me to marry him after all this. I'm starting to wonder if I'm really her biological daughter. How could she bear to throw me into this living hell? At the hospital, she first consulted the doc about River Cross's injuries, only after confirming nothing serious. Even his reproductive functions would likely recover. Did she relax, then immediately started apologizing to Mr. Cross. After all, our families go way back. A public fallout would embarrass everyone. Mr. Cross remained hostile throughout. When he saw me, he unleashed his fury without restraint. So River Cross had an affair. Big deal. In ancient times, men kept multiple wives and concubines as a matter of course. And even if he fooled around before marriage, what matters is he'd stay faithful to you afterward. What good did hurting him like this do you? You haven't visited to care for him these past days, nor offered an apology. Utterly disgraceful behavior. Wanqing, let me remind you, you were the one chasing after our River Cross, swearing you loved him and wouldn't marry anyone else. Have you forgotten? I haven't forgotten. Uncle Cross. Suppressing my revulsion, I replied evenly, but let's be clear, your son is the one who did wrong. No amount of love justifies betrayal. And frankly, your archaic views make me sick to my stomach. Honestly, I'm not surprised you raised a son like River Cross. You're cut from the same rotten cloth. He raised his hand to strike me, but someone suddenly yanked his collar. Dad, stop, let her go. River had woken up. His head and face were still bandaged, mottled with bruises, some areas oozing blood. Quite the picturesque sight. Without another word, he shoved everyone else out of the room, said he had something to tell me. Great, just traded psychological discomfort for physical nausea. That familiar sick feeling came rushing back. Ching Ching, you finally came to see me. His eyes lit up as he pleaded. You're willing to hear me out, to give me another chance, right? What's left to explain? Why do you insist on treating me like an idiot, River? It's not what you think with Luna Lin. We just purely physical? I couldn't help a derisive laugh. Don't tell me you love only me, and just slept with her for fun. She was just a physical urge. You don't understand. Luna slept with half the men in town. Why make it a big deal? Clenching my fist to resist slapping him again, I listened as he doubled down. It was really just a momentary lapse with her. She kept provoking me, seducing me, saying things like, you're getting married next month, so if you don't play now, it'll be too late. After all, having an affair after marriage has worse consequences. She even said I wouldn't have to take responsibility. So I thought, why not take what's offered? I just couldn't resist in the moment. Stop. Are you saying all this just to disgust me? My composure began crumbling. River Cross, listen to me. No matter how much you explain, I'll never forgive you. The sight of you makes me sick. You're the biggest stain on my life. So, you're really determined to break up? Absolutely. His demeanor frosted over instantly. This isn't because of that wilder pain, is it? After loving me for years, after being so desperate to marry me, you can't just walk away like this. Tell me the truth. Is it wilder? My patience snapped. I refused to waste another word on him. I turned and strode toward the hospital room door. You think he's some saint? Don't be naive. His voice boomed behind me. He's been using you from the start. We've both been played. Like goddamn puppets. Fuck him. Or so he claimed. According to him, Wilder Payne and Luna Lynn had met while studying abroad. Their families were business rivals. Yet Luna fell for Wilder at first sight and begged her family to arrange a power marriage. Coincidentally, Payne Corp was facing dire financial straits at that time, urgently needing an infusion of capital. Lynn Enterprises extended a helping hand, with a power marriage as the condition. Thus, Payne Corp's money trouble was resolved. From then on, this became Luna Lynn's leverage over Wilder Payne. She believed Payne Corp owed her a debt. No matter how outrageous her actions, Wilder couldn't touch her. Perhaps that's also why she repeatedly cheated on Wilder without consequence. But what does any of this have to do with me? Why should I, completely unaware, become a prop in their twisted game? Who's going to compensate me for these losses? Lost in thought, Wilder's call suddenly came through. Perfect timing. I was just about to confront him in person for answers. To his credit, he owned up to everything. The situation aligned almost exactly with my suspicions. But why endure Luna's infidelity for so long, only to draw the line at River Cross? His response, the timing was right. Payne Corp is no longer shackled to Lynn Enterprises. We've even gathered evidence of their crimes. That's also why. Why what? Why Luna wouldn't dare seek payback against you. Right. I wounded her badly. Left her faceless. Actually, no wonder she let it slide. Turns out Wilder was pulling strings behind the scenes. What about all those fake news stories online claiming we conspired to frame her? Did she release those to counterattack you? Or are you crying thief to cover your own tracks? Deliberately blowing this up? That's irrelevant. He smirked at me and said, all you need to know is that my objective has been achieved. His objective was indeed achieved. Flawlessly, no less. Not only did he successfully break off the engagement with Luna Lynn and free himself from Lynn Enterprises' control, but he also took the opportunity to sabotage them. At the same time, he leveraged public sympathy to boost Payne Corp's reputation, visibility, and influence. Hell, he even gained over 5 million followers from that live stream, becoming an overnight content creator sensation. Talk about killing several birds with one stone. But what about me? Was I really just a pawn to be used from start to finish? Thinking about the fallout this had on me, about being manipulated and exploited like this, fury erupted inside me. But just as I was about to unleash a torrent of curses at him, he suddenly handed me a glass of wine and said, easy there, Cap, hear me out first. I took the glass, ready to splash it in his face, when he added, don't waste it, this costs a fortune. A single sip's worth tens of thousands. A suffocating lump of anger lodged in my chest. I felt like I'd choke to death any second. Whether I went live or not, River Cross's affair was real, wasn't it? What's so bad about seeing his true colors in time? Better than finding out after marriage, right? Dropping his usual flippant demeanor, he analyzed with uncharacteristic seriousness. I admit I was wrong not to notify you beforehand. But think about it, this viral scandal isn't entirely bad. At least we're famous now, right? Famous for what? This is utterly humiliating. Why the shame? You're not the one who had the affair. You're the victim here. Do you know how many followers my handle gained from that live stream? Over 5 million. So what? Monetization. Obviously. Time to cash in. Pronto. His words left me dumbfounded, my thoughts short-circuiting. He pressed on. Look, you know me. Trust fund baby here. Money's never been an issue. I could start a company, hire top-tier talent to manage the account. You be the boss. Keep all profits. Even got the perfect name. Asterisk Mr. and Miss Cuckold Star. Catchy. Huh? Seeing my hesitation, he doubled down. Truth is, I know you never wanted to be a doc. Med school was your parents' doing, wasn't it? Why not pivot? Try creating reels? Hell, with your looks, you could star in movies, let alone short videos. If you're interested, I'd bankroll a film for you too. Enough. Stop feeding me these pipe dreams. I shot him a sidelong glance. You think I'm that easy to fool? That I'd believe anything you say? You claim to be some trust fund baby rolling in cash. Put your money where your mouth is. Wire me $2 million right now as emotional damages. Fine, I'll throw in another $3 million to prove my sincerity about this partnership. I opened my mouth to retort, but he cut me off. Rest assured, to avoid future complications, I'll pay you in cash. Only when sack after sack of money materialized in my apartment did I realize he wasn't joking. I lay atop the stacks, staring blankly at the ceiling. My mind swam with disbelief. Was any of this real? Had I actually become an overnight millionaire? Was Wilder Payne really not scamming me? Later, he'd prove his intentions through actions. His startup was genuine, his real influencer ambitions sincere, evidenced when he registered a cultural media company called Cap Comrades, deeper than the sea. Just as he'd predicted, the handle's viral momentum never faded. Netizens shipped Mr. and Miss Cuckold hard, with legions demanding we debut as an official duo. As I agonized over quitting my job to join him, news arrived. River Cross had gone straight to my parents after being discharged from the hospital. Effortlessly, he'd manipulated them into approving our marriage. Again, unbelievable. Absolutely goddamn unbelievable. I whirled around to confront him, but Wilder suddenly grabbed my arm. With someone like River Cross, brute force won't work. Better leave him to me. Before long, rumors spread that River Cross had lost interest in women. Now several men were pursuing him. Of course he wouldn't consent, but their advances grew so aggressive that they'd fly into jealous rages upon hearing he wanted to see me. Cornered, he didn't dare even mention my name anymore. Then later, word came he'd contracted some shameful disease. His health collapsed completely. No woman would ever marry him now. Given his condition, that ever might not be very long at all. As for Luna Lynn Enterprises teetered on bankruptcy after Wilder Payne's maneuvers, with key figures imprisoned for tax evasion, which meant she was no longer the untouchable Lynn heiress. She must regret ever meeting Wilder Payne. No, regrets loving him even more. But life's a one-way journey. No U-turns allowed, just endless forward steps. So I chose to bury the past. Wilder and I became an official CP, filming reels together. This can't be happening, right? Within months, I achieved early retirement. My parents lost their takeover power and started urging me to blur the lines with Wilder for real. Fans constantly speculate whether we're following a script or if those blurred lines are genuine. I offer no explanations. After all, there's still so much I haven't figured out myself. Why did Wilder Payne seek me out for collaboration? How did he know so much about me? When did he start keeping tabs on me? Was our hat-making partnership truly his only interest? I had no answers to any of these questions. All I knew was this: he used me, then compensated me handsomely for it. And truth be told, I'm quite satisfied with my current life. That's enough for now. As for the rest, we'll cross that bridge later.